There are several sectors, including textiles, seafoods, auto ancillaries, chemical companies, and select consumer companies that are set to benefit. Hiral is joining in to tell you about the sectors and the companies in focus. Hiral.
Thank you so much for that. It is going to be good news for these companies because these have been sectors which have been beaten down in the last couple of months as well, because we were talking about 50% since the last couple of months. Now, if you talk about textiles as well, US accounts for 28% of India's textile exports, and more than half of the textile and apparel imports in India is US cotton. So you know what the barter is coming in over here. Now, if you talk about the kind of stocks that will be impacted, Indocount Industries, almost 70% exposure to these two companies with the key techs, Gokuldas. Same range, Pearl Global, Welspun, Himatsaka Seed, 60 to 70% is the kind of exposure they have as well. Moving on, the next set is that exposure in that range of 10 to 30% between Trident, Arvind, Vardhman Textiles and SP Apparels. Moving on, seafood has always been another factor that has been spoken about as well. Where in Apex Frozen Food, 63% revenues come in from the US markets. Waterbase is also very high. Avanti, it's still lower double digits that you're looking at. When you talk about auto and auto ancillaries with high exposure to US, maximum is Sona BLW at 40%. But if you talk about the others, which sit in that range of 20 to 30%, is Samvardhana, Motherson, Balkrishna Tires, Ramkrishna, Bharat Forge, and Tata Motors. They have 23% exposure in terms of the US markets as well. Moving on, if you see in terms of the chemical stocks, revenue from the US, maximum is for UPL and SRF in that range of 20 to 25%. But others, like a Jubilant Ingreva, still sits at around 9% as we speak. Names like Aarti Industries, PI Industries, Atul, Naveen Fluorine, Deepak Nitrite, Vinati Organics, all of these could see a move because these are companies which could be impacted as well on the back of the exposure that they have to the US markets. And consumer goods, rice companies, LT Foods, KRBL, maximum exposure there from that front. Tata Consumer from the consumption pack is also another one which is exposure to the tune of nearly 12% when it comes to the US markets. So you're talking of multiple smaller sectors as well, but I think it's going to be an interesting move that we are going to see in the markets on the back of the trade deal that has been announced at 18% so far.